Hello, my friends. I'm finally with you today. I was thinking for some time, what am I going to do and to tell you? And I think I'm going to read you a book. It's not just a book, it's a book I was already reading you. Parts of it I was reading you, but I'm going to show you this book one more time. In Business for Yourself, right here. Look, Bruce Williams. And I'm going to start reading it to you today. It's my 11th video streaming online. And I'm gonna read it a little bit and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit. And please, if you feel like to write me in the chat right here, live chat, my friends, I'm here for you. You are welcome to write me anything and we will talk about it, okay? So, the book In Business for Yourself, Bruce Williams with Warren Slout, and I'm going to read you chapter 13 called Marketing. Let's start. There is a hamburger place I love. The man who owns the place is always in the back making hamburgers. He has a speech impediment. He thinks people mock him. So he has problems dealing with the public. So he stays behind the scenes. Yet the place is always full of customers. Not one of the people who work for him could have made it into the success that he has, because that success called for a number of diverse skills. The one skill he lacks is meeting the public, so he delegates that job. What do you think about that? I think that he is definitely good at making hamburgers. Everybody knows the example of the merchant who was so good that even though you had to wait in line and his prices were higher and he didn't even bother to be nice to you, everybody went there anyway. They stood cheerfully in line because he made the best strudel in town or the best homemade ice cream. If you are really good, people are probably going to find you eventually. The word eventually makes me worry sometimes. People like this may not need to worry about marketing, but it is rare that a business person does not have to make a major effort to market properly. What do you think about marketing? This chapter 13 calls marketing. I think it is very good. You have to have it. As he is saying here, it is rare that the business person does not have to make a major effort to market properly. So the word properly also interesting. Let's read a little more. Salesmanship. If you are a retailer, marketing may just mean putting up the right sign. If you are a wholesaler, it may just mean placing the right calls. Sign or calls? On the other hand, you may have to sell your product or service. Salesmen are necessary in some businesses, even if they are mostly order takers, because if they don't make the calls, your competitor will walk through the door and take the order. Oh well, something going on with my hair today. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I don't know why. Maybe I have to read a little more for you to make you interested too. If you're a wholesaler shortening salesman, is there any question when you walk into a bakery that the baker needs a shortening? Of course he does. Your job is to persuade him to buy your shortening. Or something else. The job of the salesman is to cultivate the baker, to establish a relationship with him, as well as to give him a little break on terms and see that the goods are delivered on time and that he is satisfied. So is it about trust? I think it's a little bit about trust. There are other salesmen who are more than order taker. The customer didn't know until the salesman walked in that he needed the product. The salesman created that need. That's true. Marketing is my estimate. Let me tell you something, however, that I've never heard said anywhere else. Of all the mistakes business people make, salesmanship is probably where the fewest errors are made. That's because most business people put so much emphasis and thinking into it. There is no question that you have to sell your product, but if I had to put my best employee in sales or in purchasing, I'd put him in purchasing. Much less emphasis is put upon it, yet it's vital. Okay, I'll finish over here for just a moment and I'll go make my tea and come back to you. Thank you very much for joining my live stream and subscribing. I hope to know more about you soon. Thank you. Hey, I'm here with you again, and I was just reading some book for you called In Business for Yourself, and it was the beginning of chapter 13, Marketing. And I had to interrupt my live stream because my tea kettle started to whistle and I went to make some tea. But right here I have my glass. It's an interesting glass, like for the wine, but I'm not going to have wine. I'm going to have my Starbucks Frappuccino that I love. Let's see. I like the sound too, like this. That was cool. Let's see if I can pour some Starbucks into the nice cup. And don't spill anything. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be good. Let's see. Yay! I'm going to have this. I was waiting for it all day because I didn't have my coffee today. That is something. I was waiting for this coffee. That feels good. And I put my earrings. Starbucks. Mocha. Starbucks Mocha Frappuccino. I like it. Okay, let's have some and then continue reading our chapter 13, Marketing, a book in business for yourself by Bruce Williams. Well, I'm sure you know what you want in your life, but if not, you're welcome to write me. You're welcome to write me, and I will be glad to answer your questions. Right here is the book. Right here. What else can I read for you here? Okay, we finished the one part of the marketing chapter that calls Salesmanship. And now the second part is creative marketing. Frequently, if you are in business, you will be approached for charitable contributions, and often they involve golf tournaments. You get your name on a whole of the course for something like $750. One merchant didn't want to spend that much money just to have his name on a sign with a lot of other people, so he offered $10,000 for a hole in one on the ninth hole. The offer got his picture in the newspaper with a huge check, 8 feet long, but he only had to spend $450 for an insurance policy that would pay the $10,000 if anyone scored a hole in one. So he saved $300 and upstaged everybody else. That's marketing. That sounds really smart. Okay, let's read it to the end of this part, okay? An appliance store merchant had a nice showroom, so a lot of people would come in to look. Then they would go down the street to a discount store to compare prices. Now, how did he deal with that? Everybody who came in to look at the appliances was given free ice cream. The shoppers didn't want the ice cream to melt, so they took the ice cream right home. Actually, that trick originated with real estate people. If you have an open house and you don't want the couples going next to your competitors, you give them ice cream as they leave. That's cool. I'm reading first time too, so. If I were the competitor, I'd be outside with spoons and napkins, advising them to eat the ice cream and come look at some great houses. That is really cool. I'll have to do something like that. That is great. I'm thinking now, where can I do like that? Did you get the idea? I did. So if you have some questions, please write it to me. Okay. Let's see if we can finish this interesting part about ice cream. Here is a gimmick for the flower business. At Easter, have all the deliverymen and the clerks dressed in bunny costumes. A customer may go into 10 stores that day, but that night when she's talking with her friends, that's the store she'll talk about. Gimmicks pay in the sense, but there is a problem with them. They just get the public attention. You can sell the squeal, but you've got to deliver a pig. And if you don't, then you might have made an enemy. Cute, but no substance. That will be the line on your business. With imagination, though, there are many ways you can promote on just a small budget. You can outdo the big companies on gimmickry because they have to hold 6 meetings, get 14 vice presidents to agree on it, and then wait to see what the head man thinks of it. That's how it is. That's the second part, creative marketing. And I think we did a great job to read that. Looked good, as always. Hair is nice and smooth, going everywhere. And I wish you to have a great day. Please subscribe to my channel. My name is Maria, and you can write me comments or email I don't even know. Can you write email on YouTube? That's interesting. Well, I'll check it out and let you know later, okay? Okay, well, thank you very much for reading this book with me. It was nice. And I hope to know about you soon. Bye-bye.